Hi, I'm Loretta Lewis, and this is Chair Yoga. Welcome. Atha Yoga Sthira Sukham Asanam. That's Sanskrit for now is the time for yoga. Please take a steady, sweet seat to the earth. And with us, because we're not going to really be sitting on the ground, we're going to be using the chair for our sweet connection to the earth and our feet connecting to the earth to give us our steadiness and our comfort. So a steady, sweet spot on the earth is this chair that you're sitting in right now. I'd like to begin with one Om. Take a deep breath in, let it all out, and then the next one for sound. Let's begin with our arms, bringing them up, bringing them down, up and down. Let's do a few cycles of these. Today I decided to just do my regular routine with you instead of trying to focus on different parts of the body. What I find is that on a daily basis, I cover all of the different parts of my body in my particular practice that I do by myself. I thought I want to share that with you. So let's bring our hands up and bring them down. Let's do this for just a minute. And what we're doing by activating the arms is we're bringing the heart into the picture. We're bringing our whole heart chakra, our energetic heart, everything into the picture when we bring our arms. So let's stop there and begin with our shoulders. Let's do a few shrugs. Let's work out those kinks. And now let's take our shoulders and bring them across our bodies and just loosening up those shoulder joints. One more on each side. And then we'll come back to center and rest in our breath a moment. Now let's include our neck. Let's begin by taking our chin and doing gentle circles. Just rolling our head gently, making sure we don't add any undue stress to our neck. Now let's go in the opposite direction. And after the next rotation, let's bring our head back to center. And gently check, shake a little no, shake your head a little bit no. How's that feel? Now up and down for yes. How's that feel? Let's take our finger and put it under our chin. And as we are doing a yes, I'd like you to take this finger and lift your chin all the way up so that your chin is resting basically on your neck and your finger. And do a couple of breath cycles here. Now take your neck and bring it back down, dropping your chin to your sternum, giving your chin support every step of the way. Drop your shoulders, relax, and take a couple of deep breaths here. And gently bring your finger back under your chin and lift it up gently. There. Now, how does your neck feel? In both directions, up and down, side to side, round and round. Mine feels pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. Deep breath in. Put your hands on your knees. Take your arm. Now we're going to do thread the needle. So we're going to lift one of our arms up, bring it up to the sky, bring it down and underneath our other arm by gently relaxing our shoulder on our knee and our ear as close to our shoulder as we can get. Turn your palm up. Gently lift your other arm and bring it back to your hip. And check and make sure that your chest area is open and there's no blockage of breath there. And breathe. And then bring this arm, just bring it up and bring it out, reaching. And bring this arm back down. Make sure you're still stable. You're resting on your arm, reaching and releasing. Gently bring the other arm back to the hip again and bring it down to the knee and come on back up. Bring your arm back up and bring it back to your knee. Situate yourself, pull your clothes down if you need to. Okay, let's do the other side. Lift your arm up and come on down through. Thread the needle, place your shoulder. Now it helps if your feet are hips width apart. It really does. So go ahead and spread your feet apart just a little bit. And then bring your shoulder down. Your ear comes with it. This hand is flat out. This one on your knee. Then bring this one back, opening up your chest area. And then bring it forward and reach. And reach. And breathe. Then bring your hand back to your waist, down to your knee, bring yourself back up, reach up and bring it gently back down. And come back to center. And let's do a few Sufi, well, they're actually Sufi circles, but people call them different things. And what they are is we're taking the ribs, the rib cage, and we're moving it front to the side, to the back, and to the side. So it's almost like a cat-cow, but this is a full circle. And we're putting our whole body into it. And feeling that in our lower back, especially I am. Come back to center. Bring yourself to center. Now, let's go in the opposite direction. Same thing, opposite direction. Remembering that breath will bring animation and life and fluidity to your body. And then come on back to center and settle into yourself again. Now, these poses should all be done from the edge of your chair. And your body should always assume the position of alignment, which is your feet are hip widths apart approximately. And in this case, because we're doing chair yoga, your knees are over your ankle and your hips are perpendicular and you're solid, straight, settled into your body. Each part supports itself. Okay, let's do some cat-cow. And in order to do that, let's begin in the cat position. Bring yourself in, tuck yourself, tuck your chin, come on back up, raise your chest, tilt your chin just a little, up with your glance, come on down. And you can do this at any pace you want. Try to keep your breathing involved. Notice your breathing. We're going to do 2 more sets. Last one. Come on up and come back to center. Let's gently begin moving our circular bodies this way, kidney pats. What we're doing is we're gently turning in circles in our body. Well, not full circles, obviously, but we are starting to wake up our inside middle part. Now let's take on our next circle. Bring this hand to this knee. Take your other arm and drop it over the back of the chair. All right. This hand to this knee, arm over. Now, deeply breathe in and out. And as you do, as you exhale, turn more with each exhale. Now, keep your head loose. If it starts to feel tight, do a few yeses and nos. So here we go. Breathe in. And then gently on your next breath, come on back to center. And let's do the other side. You're on your edge, knees are out. All right. This arm will come here, comes back, deep breath in. Be sure to exhale all the old air. And make sure you're not pulling yourself. It's easy to do. Come on back around to center. And take a deep breath. Now let's go side to side. I'm trying to get the best angles here, guys, so bear with me. There we are, side to side. And see what we're doing here is we're waking up the spinal cord. The spinal cord, if it moves in the 6 directions that we've been doing, and it stays healthy, can help you throughout your whole life in your health of your body. Bring your arms out. Take one arm, bring it down to your chair, and raise the other up and over your ear. Deep breath in. Now feel that line of energy that goes directly from your toe all the way up through your fingers. And open up that side body with your exhales. Make sure you don't collapse now on the other side though. Come on back up. And bring yourself back to center. Take the other arm. Okay. Bring it to the chair. Lift up this arm. Straight up. Feel that line of energy. Feel it, feel it. Wiggle your fingers. Take a deep breath in. And bend. Lift yourself up gently and come on back. Sorry for the busyness of moving the chair, but I find it does work better. Let's begin. Before we leave our upper body, what I'd like us to do is take our hands and bring them to the backs of our chairs. And we're going to get a firm grip, strengthen ourselves, And begin to lift your hips. Let's do, say, 3 pelvic tilts. And then I'd like us to do a bridge. And we're going to do that by lifting ourselves all the way up, putting our head back, supporting our entire front body opening by our back body holding. This gives us strength and confidence. And then lower yourself back down. Come back into your chair. Wiggle yourself just a little. Get yourself situated. I always think of the bridge, for me, this is kind of corny, but I think of it as bridging my upper body work into my lower body work. So for whatever that's worth, let's begin a march. And we'll just do some picking up your feet, just a few of them to get our legs moving. Breathe with it. Just notice what you're doing. And then come to a stop. Bring one of your legs up and out and up and down. We're going to do a few sets of these, starting to strengthen and loosen our legs and our hips. And I'm feeling it across my upper thighs today anyway. All right, now come on back to center. Sit on the edge, lift up your leg. If you need to help your leg up, that's okay too. Bring it up and cross your knee. Now, put one of your hands on the foot that's up and keep that foot flexed. This hand, the only purpose of this hand being here is to remind your foot to stay flexed, that it doesn't have to do anything here, but remain in the flexed position. So take your hand, the other hand can go on your knee. We're just resting it. Take a deep breath in and we're going to hinge at the hips and fold over. And we'll begin to feel this in our glutes and our hamstrings, upper hamstrings. So let's do it. And fold as deeply as you can. You'll know when you've reached your limit. And then gently take your hands, drop them, and keeping your chin tucked, go ahead and put your head down even with your shoulders and see if you can relax a little bit further. Sorry, if you didn't get that. Tuck your head and your chin against your sternum essentially and relax a little bit deeper. Thanks. And then come on back up and let's do the other leg. Lift and bring it down. Ankle is on your knee. Knee is over your other ankle. You're sitting tall. Your spine is erect. You're breathing. And you're noticing yourself. Yoga, above all things, is about a relationship to self. It's how do I move? How do I breathe? Can I do this? Is this enough? And what it means also is that if it's coming from a genuine spot, it's always enough. Just do what you can. This is your class. Please join me. Deep breath in and hinging at the hips, come on down. Tucking your chin. And then gently dropping your arms and your head a little bit further. Come on back up, lifting with your core. Take this leg and gently set it down. Now take the opposite leg once more, bring it up. What I'd like you to do here, I'd like you to, this works good for me, tuck your arm through and under so that you can support your leg. What we're going to do is just a few quick hip openers. And what that entails is you supporting your leg and your ankle. And you can do this from other directions, but I think my hips like it this way best. Just so as long as you've got a strong support on that leg so that you feel comfortable and you can move it with confidence. Maybe just a couple of circles, go in the other direction. And what we're doing is we're opening up these hip joints. And then take this leg, bring it out, and take your arm like a sling. Bring it out, push that foot like you're going to a wall, like you're going to walk on a wall. Straighten it out as much as you can. Then take and gently release. And let your leg hang there gently. And set your foot down. Now let's do the other side. Gently lifting. Always, always be gentle with yourself, please. Lift it up, support it, take care of it, and lift it up and start moving it. A few more. Let's go around in a couple of circles. Maybe take some backwards now, counterclockwise. Take that leg, bring it all the way out as if you were pushing that heel against a wall, making it as straight as you can, bringing it up, and then just let go and let it relax and set it down. All right, let's back at center again. Take a couple of deep breaths and let's go into the mountain pose. The mountain pose is that alignment I talked about earlier, where you're totally from here all the way through, you're aligned centrally. Your body is as stable as it can possibly be, and you move out your arms. Your chest is lifted, your head is held high, but not so high. Your chin is a little tucked, and you're balanced, and you're breathing. This is Tadasana, the mountain pose. And this pose is a perfect pose to go back to whenever you feel frazzled on any level. You can just take this pose, standing or sitting, and breathe deeply and know that you're all centered and that you belong wherever you are doing whatever you are, because Tadasana means you stand in your own glory. At least that's my interpretation. The mountain does. Let's breathe a couple more times. And let's stand up. All right. Here's what I'd like to do at first. I'm going to turn my chair. You don't have to. But in the beginning, this is an intense leg stretch. Bring your arms down to the chair, to the seat. Bring your feet up here, your hip widths apart. Now, take one of those legs and bring it back about maybe your lower leg's worth. But what you want both legs to be straight. And what you do is you just kind of start to bend down and feel the opening of the back of your kneecap. And relax and take a breath here or two. And then bring it back up and let's do the other side. Bring it back, straight legged here. All right, you're leaning into it. Your hips are back, your hands are flat, and you're leaning into it. And then come on back up. Now put those hands as flat as you can, spread your fingers as wide as you can. Having your thumb equal distance, we're going to go into downward facing dog. Let's step back until your back is perpendicular to the floor and your feet all touch, it's all grounded. You're not on your toes, you're grounded. Okay, as far back as you can. Now, downward facing dog, your chin tucks, but your ear should never go lower than your arms, than your shoulders. So let's keep that as a primary goal. Tucking our chin, and then put your shoulders down even with your heart or lower, and raise your hind end. Downward facing dog. And now gently come up, stabilize your hands again. We're going to move forward into a plank. This is what I call a plank position. We're up on our toes, we're resting, our chest is in between our hands, our head is looking forward, and we're breathing. And now we're supporting our entire backside by the strength of our front side. Keep that as flat as you can. A couple more breaths. Come on back up slowly into another downward facing dog. And then let's spread our legs into a wide downward facing dog. And go ahead and drop your shoulders a little lower. And come on back up. Heel toe yourself together. Let's do one more plank. Come on down. Get as straight as you can. Lift your head to look forward. And come on back up. Downward facing dog one more time. And begin by pedaling your feet. And settle in. Gently rock yourself forward. Come to your seat. Now, again, you won't need to move your chairs. I just kind of want to give you the best view that we can. All right. I'd like to do the warrior positions using the chair as our stabilizing, balancing tool if we need it. So let's begin with warrior one. Standing tall. All right. Step back with your leg that is closest to the chair and step back approximately your leg's length back. Point your toe out of the back foot, point it just a little out. Then you can open your front leg just a little. Now, if you took and pushed this here, would it push that out? Would it push your leg out? If so, you've got the right tension. You may need to move your toes out just a little bit more so that your knee is directly over them. This is a forward facing pose, so make sure that you're facing the computer or whatever you're doing this on. All right, get your legs stable. Now, if you need to, that's okay. Touch here and raise your arms and come back. All right. Warrior one. And breathe. Now this position pushes and reaches at the same time. So there's quite a bit of action going on in your body. Look up if you can. And then gently bring yourself back down. Bring your arms out. Turn yourself to the side position. Even your feet. This is the star position. All right. Warrior two. Keep the back foot turned. Turn the right foot facing the front. Now, bring your feet forward, your front foot forward just a little if you need to. You'd like your wrist and your ankle to line up. And what you'd also like is for that back leg to push and make your knee go over your toes. Okay, now you're facing the chair. This is a side-facing position. Okay, you're facing the chair. Raise your arms and point them out. All right. Now, at any time, you may touch the chair and do one arm to everything. Or you may touch the chair, or you may sit down and do something that feels good and breathe at the same time. If you do those, you're doing this just perfect. Thank you. And breathe. And then that front arm comes up and over your head. This is the reverse warrior. Your other arm is dropping down here to your other leg. Reverse warrior. Now bring yourself back up. Your knee is still bent. You lay yourself across it. This is a right angle. Now you can certainly touch here, 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 or snake your arm up. You can look in any direction. And then swing yourself up on the power of your arms and your core. Bring yourself up into warrior two. And bring your feet back into star. And wiggle your feet together. And come around to the other side. I'm gonna move my chair just a little. Okay. Come to the top. Step back with the foot that is closest to the chair. You're working your front leg now. Well, all right, step back just a little. This can come out just a little. You're facing forward. Raise your arms, warrior one. And lean back and look up. Warrior one. And breathe. These warrior positions are for strength and for balance. You can come back down, turn to the side, and we're in the star, which is a perfect setup for warrior two. Turn your toes back out, facing forward. And you can take time and line your heel up. Like you can line your front foot up with maybe the back of your back foot, however feels the most comfortable for you. All right, facing the chair. This leg pushes here, bends here. Arms come out, and you look over. And you breathe. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Now drop your back arm, raise your front arm. Go ahead and raise it over your ear to the side of your body. Your front leg is still bent. Your chest is still open. You feel that one line of energy, and you breathe. back up. Take your breath. Come on back to center. Knee is still bent. Hands are on your hips. All right. This right arm, or this arm, drops down over your knee or right ankle. All right. This flat palm is here. Now you can touch here and have balance. And breathe. Keep your hand at your waist. It doesn't matter. Then raise your arm if you can. If not, no harm at all. It's all equal. And bring your arm back down. Warrior two. Turn your legs. The star. Bring yourself back together. And let's come on back to our chair. Let me make sure you can see me. All right. Take a couple breaths. Sit on the edge of your chair. Wiggle around a little. See where you feel tight. Do you feel tight? Just give your body a shake all over. Go ahead. However you want to do it. Have a little fit. Go ahead, no one's watching. If they are, I hope they're having one too. And then just stop. And breathe. And let your energy settle into your body. And let's take our leg, bring it out. Let's see how I can bring this so you can see me better. All right, the leg comes out. The foot, what we're doing is we're going to work the foot here. So we've got a few extra minutes, just kind of, let's spend it on making sure that the rest of our body feels good. We worked our legs, we worked our spine, we worked our torsos, we opened our hearts, we centered ourselves. Now let's relax and begin taking your foot and going around the edges and moving it so that only the edges touch the floor. I know it's hard, you can't get that arch, but go ahead and go all the way around. And then the next time you hit your big toe, turn it and go the opposite direction. This works parts of my feet that nothing else does. And it moves my ankles in ways that I can't find other methods for. So we're gonna do this now. And then take your foot and just gently move it up and down. All we're doing is making sure that this foot here feels good. Now take that foot and plant it and open up your toes as wide as they can go. And leave them like that while we work the other foot. Take it, we're gonna gently go around the edges. Always around the edges, get everything there. And now turn and go in the opposite direction. Okay, and then bring your foot and just wiggle it around, see how you feel. Get your foot in sync, bring it flat, and then spread those toes and leave them spread. Okay. We're going to do one more thing before we go into Shavasana. And what that is we're going to do 3 deep breaths. And as we exhale, we're going to exhale the sound of shh. So let's do that. And after those breaths, what I'd like you to do is to just drop deeper into whatever breath your body wants and begin relaxing. So let's go. close your eyes. Tuck your chin just a little and let go. And relax. And gently begin lengthening your breath. And when you do that, when I do that, my body wants movement with the breath. So let's begin by moving our fingers and our toes, maybe our legs and our feet and our ankles. Roll it out. Roll it out so that you're inside your body. And come on back. Let's take one leg, maybe push it out all the way. Push it, push it, push it, push it. Breathing with it. And then bring it back in and hug it in and squeeze yourself tightly. And gently relax that leg back down. Help it. Put your feet back. Bring the next leg up. Push it, push it, push it. Oh, move your feet around a little if it feels good. Oh. Then bring it back in and stretch. And then relax. And gently, one more time, close your eyes. Take a moment with a deep breath, and then join me with one solid chant of Om to take the energy of our practice with us throughout the day. Let's begin. Thank you for joining us. I hope we'll see you again. If you're ever in one of my classes in real life after this COVID stuff, please say hi. I'm really, really happy you came. Namaste.